Well, there's just this, uh, whatever that might seem to be happening, waiting, happening, thinking, happening, trying, happening, wondering. All is already this. And this as it is can never really be known. It can never be understood. It can never really be gotten because it's not separate. That there might be something of it to get it. It's already whole and complete. There might be something which may try to get it, but that too is not separate from this. It's just this appearing as that. So there is no separation. Even when it seems as if there's a separation, or the sense of separation is that which is not separation appearing as that. So it doesn't matter. Anything may arise here. Any sensation, any movement, anything may arise, but it's already this. It's already that which is whole and complete appearing as that. So this right here doesn't know anything. It doesn't have, this doesn't claim to have knowledge about the universe. This as it is already empty. There's just talking happening here, which is not directed to anyone. And waiting or listening happening, which is not being done by anyone. It's just what seems to be happening. If it feels that there's somebody who's doing it, that's also just what's happening. It's not an evidence that there's a real separate somebody who's a doer. Even when the question is arising, that's not an evidence there's separation. It's just this, which is already everything, appearing as a question, appearing as an answer. So all questions and answers are already empty. There's no one behind it. There's already no one behind anything. There's no one behind frustration. There's no one behind confusion. There's no one who can get anything here. There's no one to help. There's just this. A thought that may seem to arise that seems to say, oh, there must be something other than this. That's already what is this appearing as that. It may even say, but I think I can get it. I can get it. I know what you're saying, Kosi. You say I can't get it, but I can get it. That's just wholeness already. This appearing as that. There's really nobody to get anything here. There's really nobody to fall away. There's really nobody to help. There's just this appearing as that, appearing as everything. So there's really nothing to do about this. You know, there's really nothing to fix. There's really nowhere to get to. This isn't going anywhere. There's no journey. There's nothing to achieve. There's nothing to fix. There's already nobody to be misled here. The doer of things is already not there. There's just what's happening, which is not being done by anybody. So we have never gone anywhere. We have never done anything. We have never thought of anything. We have never decided. We have never taken any decision because you are not. There isn't a you who can do anything here. There's just what is everything already. Words themselves can be used here as just concepts, to describe that which is beyond any description. Words as they are already what is this wholeness appearing as words. They can never really change this. They can never really touch this. Words themselves don't really matter. They may be a thought that seems to say, but you know, there is separation. I know you say there's no separation, but go say there is separation. I'm here, you are there. Even that doesn't matter. It can never really change this, what is already. It's just this appearing as that. So it can never really have any impact with this. It may even say, I hate this message, or, I'm tired of this message. It doesn't matter. It's just what seems to arise in this as this already. So it can never really change this. Or it can never really touch this. This is already what it is, with or without words. So if they seem to be somebody who thinks that uh, I have this problem, I need to solve this problem, what I can say is that that too is just this appearing as that there is no real separate somebody who can do anything, who has a problem, you know. That's just an empty appearance arising in this. That seems to say, I'm this so and so, there is no real so and so. There's just everything appearing as that. So everything is already empty. Every opinion, every sensation, every imagination is already empty. There's no one behind anything. There's just this and what seems to arise in this as this. So yeah, if if there are any questions or any sharing that may be allowed as well to play out here.
Before I came to join you tonight, I was for the last hour listening to Jim Newman, and people were asking him questions and going back and forth. And he just stopped and said, "Am I talking to a bunch of crazy people?" And I thought that was just so hysterical. So I wanted to share that.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful.
I have felt that many times when I listened to you. At the beginning, it was like, oh, am I listening to a crazy person?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not like that. It's just, uh, yeah, everything is already this. So when somebody is asking a question, it's just this asking a question. So somehow it is seen that it's just a play. There is really everything is empty already. It's
Yes.
just this doing everything. I would say pretending to be something other than itself in a way. But it's already this, it's already whole and complete. But it may appear so I'm George, you know. I grew up in a certain location, it may appear as that, it may express as that. So I'm here and I want to find enlightenment.
Yes.
That's an expression of that which is already here,
Yes.
which doesn't have past, doesn't have present, doesn't have future.
Yes.
It's timeless already.
Well, I
So
could really resonate with you and NKOSI, and that's why I'm still here. And I'm so grateful I'm still here because you certainly shown me um, a great other way, um, which I still resonate with and makes my life happier and freer. And that's why I keep coming back. But at first it sounds kind of goofy.
Sorry, come again?
I said, but at first, it does seem
Yeah.
pretty far out. you know, there is no me and all that stuff. But I come to appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not a common perception. It's that type of language and that type of perspective seems to only be attractive to a very small group of people. And as you said, many, like I shared some of it with a friend the other day, and whom I thought he usually kind of follows me when I talk about stuff, but he thought it was dangerous. And I realized it's hopeless to try to, I did my share of explaining things, and I still do. I just wrote a long email again to somebody to explain something, and it's because people ask me about this because I'm excited about the message that we're talking about. So sometimes I share it, and then they start asking, and in a way, I know how you're answering it in NKOSI, and I like just the monologue tonight. It seemed very simple and straightforward, really, and it resonates, and so yeah, I'm here to just I like to find the words so easily too, or when somebody asks me, what does that mean? There is no me. And because I'm really kind of tired of trying to explain it, because it really doesn't make sense. If somebody isn't like interested or open to the notion that there is no me, that there is no separation, then you can explain it for, how would you say, Alice, day in and day out, or what's an English idiomatic for explaining it till the cows come home, or
Right, until the cows come home. And I remember when I was new to this that you're sharing, I was pretty angry for a while. I was drawn to the message, but I felt a lot of anger unfolding to, you're asking me to give up this idea of myself, really? And it took a while for that to unravel. But yet I felt the truth of that at the same time.
Beautiful.
How else?
it's interesting. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm done.
No, I was going to say it's interesting. I, you know, what I was going to say, I didn't feel angry. I just felt like, well, it's, I ideologically follow, and it's great. It's just not how I experience, how I live day to day. You know, and now that's kind of shifted to saying, well, it's to actually, I find it very liberating. I find it very liberating, especially the idea that things are as they are already. And
Yes.
so really, I can battle that and dig into it and make a big deal out of it till the cows come home, or I can realize that it is what it is.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you something, NKOSI.
Yeah.
If somebody, well, yeah, well, I was thinking, if somebody keeps asking me about this, let's just call it this, and they come with an agenda that they know, that they know that there is a me, let's say. For them, they're totally convinced that there is a me and nobody is, going to tell them otherwise. And so a question is coming, NKOSI. I'm trying to put it into a question. So if somebody comes and asks you, but they come totally convinced that they know already the answer. And how do you feel about that, and how do you address that?
Or when they are asking, uh, when they're asking me, or
Yes, yes, yes. If let's say if I come to you and I find all this talk about this hogwash. Do you know the word hogwash? It's
no,
it's a derogatory English word meaning nonsense,
or
or some people call it bullshit, hogwash. Like, it's judgmental. It's very judgmental. It's degrading it. So if they believe that, but
yeah,
they're still seeking, and somebody said, oh, Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, NKOSI, you should check. And so if somebody comes and then like keeps asking you questions, but they're not really getting what you're talking about, or it's, they live in a different universe, or they're trying to convince you of what they believe.
yeah. Because here it is seen that already there's nobody, to convince, and that which is asking a question that may be seen as just everything asking a question. So that may be allowed, to play out until it's exhausted itself, you know, you know. So really, that which is asking a question is already that which is giving an answer. So there's really nothing to be done about that. Everything
Hmm.
here comes and goes. It appears and disappears. So I may seem to give an answer to that, but it's really going nowhere because another question may seem to arise from that person. Oh, but why this? Why that? So that here is seen as just that which is already everything dancing. You know, why is this? Why is that? Oh, because what can you do if this? You know, it is seen here that there's already no NKOSI who has to answer any question, and there's already no one who's asking the question. So there's really nothing to be done about that. It's just what's happening. Yeah.
Beautifully said, NKOSI. It's clear and simple.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
I I attend a small group on Saturday afternoon that's quite different from this. And the leader of that group does really feel that we're a person and we can help people. And probably his biggest uh, attribute would be that he can help people. And that's his mission. And I've been listening to it now for several weeks. And I, I I kind of find it helpful to see somebody that has that point of view and is so convinced with that point of view. And it's also kind of a nice little group of people to meet with on Saturday afternoon, because I really don't have a network of friends here in North Dakota. And but I have learned really to take that more as a kind of a grain of salt, and that's really where he's coming from, and that's okay. and then I appreciate more what you're teaching or what you're saying. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, everything already is an expression of this. So the story itself here is not pushed away. It's not like rejected because the story itself is this already. So everything is beautiful. Everything is okay. There may seem to be someone saying, oh, if you want to fix your life, you can do this, you can pray, you can fast, you can, that's okay too. It's just this expressing as that there's already no wrong or right here. It's just what seems to be happening. There are no real people that are living lives in their lives. There's just this appearing as people. And the body themselves, these bodies are empty. They are not even bodies. They're just nothing. So when it is
I have
seen, oh sorry, you can go ahead.
oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. When it is seen that all there is just this, nothing matters anymore. There's really no intention to change anything, to fix anything, to do anything. There's just uh, things are allowed to play out. Everything is beautiful. Every expression is beautiful. Even that, if something says, "Oh, it's not beautiful," that's beautiful too, because that too is an expression of everything. It's an expression of this. It may even say, "Oh, I hate this gathering. I hate so and so. I'm jealousy. I can't. Life is not good for me. Life is good for me. It's just an expression of this already. There's nobody who is a victim already. There's nobody who's suffering already. There's just everything already. Can you go ahead, Peter?
Yeah, yeah. So the question that I got earlier today was, it was in response to, I wrote something about non-dualism and dualism, and I'm trying to kind of define things, and sometimes I just write things. And so the question was that came back was, in the model, well, the question came from a model of people are suffering and I want to help them diminish that suffering. Now it's not my model, but that's the model the question came from. And so the question was, how do I do that? And so I'm going to say what I said, and then I want to hear what you have to say. Because it's, after listening to you and being here, it's pretty clear that the suffering, the way it's presented to me, it feels like it shouldn't be. And the way I look at it is what it is. And there's just nobody there that suffers. Suffering, or you might say, I'm using now your style, suffering may occur, suffering may happen. It just doesn't happen to anyone. And I think often what comes in these dialogues that I have is that it shouldn't be the way it is. and the way it lands here is it is what it is already. So, you know, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but it seems kind of futile to deny what is, or to imply that what is not good enough, or it creates suffering, so we need to do something. And yes, I don't know. Do I make sense?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Yeah,
So that's what I struggle with. Yeah.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, denying what is, or accepting what is, or helping what seems to be somebody who's going through problems, or not helping somebody who's going through problems, is just what is. It is this already, you know. It's it's already this, you know. If you seem to say, oh, I think I can help that person, I can help fix what she's going through. That's just this, what is appearing as that. There's no wrong or right with anything, you know, and everything is beautiful because everything is an expression of this. If somebody says, oh, I won't help that person, I hate that person, oh, I love that person, you know, it's, you know, it's just already that which is whole and complete appearing as that. So there's really no separation here. There's nothing separate from this, you know. That's which seems to say, mm, I think I have to take left. That's which seems to say I think I have to take right is already this. So there's no difference, right or left, you know. It doesn't matter because everything is already this. There's really no left or right. There's no top or bottom. There's no black or white. It's just this appearing as everything. So any direction that may seem to be taken is already this taking a direction. So it doesn't matter. It's really going nowhere. It's really going nowhere. So when it seems as if it's going somewhere and that's not wrong or right, it's just this expressing as that. It's just what seems to be happening, you know. If the feeling of being separate from everything is arising here, and then it seems to say, oh, but no, I need to be whole. I need to become one with all there is. That's just all there is appearing as that. So there's no wrong or right. There's nothing wrong. You know?
Mhm. Basically, you are not mistaking an appearance for what is. You're just everything that appears is an expression of that which is complete already.
Yes. Yes. Anything. Anything.
So nothing has to be denied or resisted or pushed back or helped or manipulated, because it's already an expression of that which is complete and whole.
Here it is seen like that. It's already that everything is, you know, blinking, thinking, not thinking, trying not to think, you know, trying to be quiet, talking, resisting. It's already
Now I
it's
have a
already this.
question. Now I have a good question for you. So if somebody comes to you and says, yes, yes, NKOSI, that's what I want. Teach me. What do I need to do? Teach me. This is what I want. I want to be like you. What do you tell them? That I'm
Well,
already an expression of this.
yeah, because here it is seen that it's just there's really no. Oh, that's an alarm clock. Sorry, because here it is seen that everything is already this. So when somebody says, "Oh, God, teach me," here it's seen as just it is a dream. It's just a dream because there's nobody separate from this who can do anything. It is seen as just this already saying that. So this here may respond, may seem to say, oh, okay, you can do this and that, you can do this and that. But it is just somehow as well playing around with concepts. It's just this uh, playing as well. This is a play. This is a play. This is not real. This is just a dream. So this may appear to play and say, okay, I think you can go to the left. I think you can take right. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's really because there's no separation. There's nobody who can be helped who's separate from this. It's just this appearing as that, appearing to say, oh, I'm separate from this. I need to be one with this. There's nobody already who's separate from this. It's just this already. And this right here may seem to point out that there's nobody separate from this. It's just this. It's really, it is really talking to nobody. It's talking to, I would say, to itself, none other than itself.
So
Thank you.
it really I have a girlfriend whose boyfriend broke up with her, and she called me and was just crying about it and was so upset about it. And all I did was kind of listen to her and say, well, that must really be painful. That must really hurt. That must really blah, 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 until about 20 minutes. And I just said I needed to do something else because it could go on and on. But at that point, I realized anything else that I had, anything would not go anywhere. And all she really maybe needed was just to have somebody listen to her and empathize with her, uh, and say, yeah, that must really be painful. I understand. And I've been through that and blah, 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 blah. That's the only helpful thing I thought to do. Do you think that was helpful?
Uh, yeah, whatever that is appearing in this is beautiful. It's beautiful because you are never really talking to anyone and never really helping anyone. It's just this expressing as that. So any direction taken is already this. So it's okay.
Yeah, it feels really really funny for me to move into a teaching role of any sort. Uh, it almost feels arrogant or something um, to me, unless there's a lot of humility there somewhere.
Yeah. Um, everything is okay. It is okay. Even when something seems to say, oh, it's not okay, you know, there's just an empty appearance in this. There's really nobody who's not okay or who's feeling okay.
And I know whenever I call you and I've had a problem, you have always said to me, yes, I understand. I hear you very well. And you'll give me some forms of letting me tell my story. Yeah, a little bit, the concise version of it. And then you will come back and say that, and that's so soothing. And then we can move on to the next step, because I'm here, and that's why I'm here, to know that the only way that I might even have a chance of not suffering is to know that I'm not a person. So you usually ask me to find that individual, which is very helpful.
Sorry. Just a second. Yeah, it's it's here. It is seen that there's already no me, and there is no story. So if it happens that there's or what seems to be the story happening, or something is feeling separate from this, and it may be pointed out that it may be pointed out that there's no me and there's no separation, you know. But this doesn't say, I don't want to talk about the story. There's no me. There's no me, There's just it doesn't come up here like that. It's just, if you're asking a question, this may seem to give an answer. It doesn't say, oh, there's nobody who's asking a question, so I want to give an answer. So it's not like that. It's not like that.
Hi, Kofi. I was interested. Michael had a post, and it was a quote from Sander, and it said, "It's always the same answer, and it's always the same question, because it's always just this." And I was thinking, with regard, Peter, to your people that you speak to, as well as the questions that we ask you, Kosi. It strikes me that we're all asking the same question over and over, and you're giving the same answer over and over. It's just that it comes in different formats. It might look different, like there's different flowers or different trees, but I think we're all asking the same question, and you're giving the same answer every time. Would that be true?
Yeah, here it is seen that there's nobody who's doing anything.
Right.
There's no one who ask any question. So as well, there's no one who can who's giving any answer. It's just this already expressing. Even if it may seem like that. It may seem as if it's always the same, But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is okay. It is okay. It's just what is. Just this. Asking a question, giving an answer, Whether it feels or it is seen that it's the same question or a different question, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just keep thinking that like the comfort I get from your words, like, I have a question pops up or a discomfort arises, and when I listen to what you're sharing, it's like I'm comforted. Oh, I don't know where I was going with that, but Yeah. Oh, so yeah. So it's like you're always. I feel like you're. This is probably all in the story, but I feel like you're always saying the same thing, but in a different way, and applying it to my different situations. And I'm especially blessed by that. It's yeah, it's why I keep coming, and what keeps me going in life. Yeah, so sorry, that's probably all the story, but anyway.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, there is only unconditional love expressing as everything. Unconditional love asking a question. Unconditional love giving an answer. Unconditional love appearing to be confused. Unconditional love uh, appearing to be frustrated. Unconditional love uh, appearing to be on a journey to find this, which is unconditional love already. So everything is okay. Everything is beautiful because everything is already this. Every expression, every voice that seems to appear, every word, every thought, every feeling is already unconditional love expressing. So there's already nobody behind anything, behind any question, behind any answer, behind any thinking. So everything seems to be going on, seems to be happening, and is already empty.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like it's just there's just this. And when I'm listening to all of you, I can sort of, it's like I get it's all just this, all just happening. And then where I get stuck sometimes is like, but my reaction to this is separate. And I'm seeing now that everything that all of you are saying is just this. And my reaction, the internal dialogue that goes on with what's going on is also this. And in that way, I don't have to worry as much what's going on in my head because it's not like going on in my head. It's just this. It's just the commentary up here. It is just this. It's not mine. It's just this, and you're just this, and this conversation is just this, and it's all just happening. And
Exactly.
Yeah, it's nice. And I always thought that when you have, if you have these sort of realizations, what I'm calling them, there'd be, oh my God, I'm excited, I'm alive, I'm enlightened, or whatever. And it seems like it's just what is. There might be a great enlightenment when or not, because it's just this. And so this it's just this now. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just this right now. Whatever is happening, thoughts, commentary, running. I'll say, oh, yesterday I did that, or this meeting is about to finish. or but I'm not clear. I need to be. It's just this appearing as that already, you know. But how it may even say, but how can I get it? No, I'm very close to this, to getting this. It's just already this. It's already. It's not somebody who separates from this who seems to say that. It's just this appearing right now. There's no future. There's no past. There's no present. There's no yesterday. There's no tomorrow. There's no afternoon. There's no um, evening. There's no morning. It's just this. It's already timelessly present. There's nothing. It's already nothing. So every expression is already this. Already. And the recognition that there's never been anybody who's doing anything, who's ever done anything as well, doesn't belong to anyone. It's just a recognition that there's never been anybody. That which has been that which has been a commentator, it was already this. You know, that may seem to stop as well. When it seems to stop, and then a recognition as well may appear. That's all. There's never been anybody. You know. But the recognition itself doesn't belong to anyone. Even that which seems to be commenting, say, oh, you know, it doesn't belong to you. There's no you already.
So like you say, you can't get this.
There's nobody to get this already. Yeah. There's nobody to get closer to this. And there's nobody to get further away from this. There's just this. There's nobody to lose it because there's nobody to find it as well. There's just simply what's happening. This. Thinking, waiting, expecting, not getting it, feeling joyful, feeling sad, not being clear, being clear, loving, hating, anger. It doesn't belong to anybody. It's just this expressing itself.
So NKOSI, do you have a time change in Africa too?
No, no.
Okay, so are you up an extra hour early? Are you up to me that's here at the same time early?
Yeah, I had to wake up at 1 o'clock,
Oh,
you
wow.
know. So last time used to be 2, now it's yeah, it's beautiful. It's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Yeah,
Okay, and then
I've
on
just
Wednesday night you have to wake up by 3, huh?
yeah, the Wednesday night, I'll be waking up at 3 and I'll be walking my aunt to the bus stop and then I'll come back for the meeting.
Right.
Yeah, I've just noticed that Lori came in just now.
Oh,
At,
yes.
yeah, because maybe she thought it was 2. That the meeting was at 2.
You know, I thought that too, and I wrote to Peter, and Peter told me it was on now.
And
Yeah.
I checked with Michael, and Michael said that the link just went out around 7 o'clock
Uh-huh.
Eastern. Doesn't mean
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, here in Africa, times don't change, you know, time remains the same. So,
Well, thank you so much for getting up for us and coming here and interacting. It's much appreciated.
Yes.
always welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, are there any last questions or comment before we close?
It's just so beautiful to spend time with you, and I really enjoyed tonight. A lot of things were touched that I just needed to hear.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay. Good
See you
night,
Wednesday.
everybody. Have a
Thank
good
you.
Good night.
evening.
Bye,
Thank you.
Kosi.
Okay, bye.
Bye.